Hello and good morning. Welcome to Ryan Michael Yoga. How are you today? I'm doing well. I'm still kind of waking up a little sleepy, but I think the more I get to bed at a scheduled time and sleep exactly the same hours every night, I think that'll change. It's interesting. I've had a few mornings where I wake up and I'm like so refreshed and ready for the day. Most times when I wake up, I'm just like, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess that's gonna be today's intention. Movement to wake up. Whenever I get up in the morning, first thing I do to actually get myself out of bed is deep breaths. Breathing down through, feeling it in all the lobes of the lungs. So that's one breath. Creating as much expansion in the belly, in the side ribs, in the back. Using the breath as, it's like how you do a morning stretch. I do that internally with the breath, so you can do that. You just take a really deep breath. Feel everything pressing away and out. Bring it all back in. So, that will be today's focus, those full breaths, okay? I guess. How was I to know? So, as usual, let me let you know, I teach through intuition. So if this is the first class of yours, be prepared. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Feel free to subscribe. Please, I would appreciate it. They don't actually let me have a youtube.com/Ryan Michael Yoga. That's why it's a bunch of letters and numbers until I have 300 subscribers. So let's get there. Come on. Yeah. And then, somewhere down the line, I'm going to have 1 million subscribers and you'll be able to watch me, every day, a couple times a day, because I'm only going to have this. I'm not going to have a full-time job. This will be my full-time job. Look forward to that. I do. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? We're going to start in child's pose. This is where I like to move into on my bed in the morning, because you can't really sleep like this. Maybe you can, but I can't. So it's not going to allow me to fall asleep. It begins to awaken the hips and the spine. And let's do this, just rocking a little side to side, rolling, pushing into one knee and the other. Breathing those full breaths. That's nice. Okay, let's keep the forearms on the mat. Come to stillness, and then with an inhale, come up to your forearms and knees. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back and forth like this. Feel how full you can get with the breath on the inhale. How smoothly you can release the breath on the exhale. One more. Okay, inhale back up. And let's take a quick little forearm plank. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move from this into baby cobra. So with an inhale, drop the hips to the mat. Drop the belly. Pull the shoulders back. Exhale, squeeze the core. Lift up. Inhale down. Shoulders back. Exhale up. Squeeze the core. Continue. Feel how, as you inhale down, as soon as your belly hits the mat, all the air, all the energy directs up into your heart. And feel how the navel squeezes on the exhale. And last one. Okay, let's take a downward facing dog. Yeah. With an inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Continue like this. All these movements, very simple. Just warming up the body. Waking up the body. Let's go a little faster. Move consciously. Smoothly. One more. Okay, come to the knees. Just notice how that feels in the arms, the shoulders. If you're out of breath, if you are in of breath, it's the opposite of being out of breath. I don't think so. No. That's not how language works, right? Okay, with an inhale, arms out. And exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the hands to the heart and then slide them down to the belly. And then release. Ending like this, with the hands, palms face up, okay? Inhale, sweep the arms out. To heart center. Palms sliding down. Inhale, out. Exhale. Feel any subtle sensations. Just notice, especially when the hands touch the body. Gathering and storing. Let's do one more. Okay. Now let's take the right hand to the belly, left hand to the belly, and just do some circles. Clockwise. This is the direction that the large colon, the large intestine, moves in. So we're just increasing circulation, increasing digestion. Let's use the other hand now. Still clockwise. Okay. hands to the thighs. Let's sit the hips off to the right. Take the right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. The left foot is on the outside of the left hip. See? Like that. You can also have it like that. That's a little bit more intense on the hips, but this is totally fine. We're doing animal stretch pose. I'll do it in this direction for you. And we'll just start with the fingertips on either side of the right leg. You can do it like this or with the hands behind the back, but this is fine. This is way more intense for the muscles of the hips. So let's start simple, shall we? With an inhale, grow tall in the spine. Feel the sit bones pressing down, the spine extending up, the rib cage, diaphragm opening, the collarbones broad. Exhale, fold forward over the leg. You can touch the forehead to the mat if you can. Inhale back up. Just using the fingertips as a little bit of help. Exhale down to stabilize and smooth the movement. Exhale. Two more. We'll do 5 on each side. I think that was 5. Somebody count. Tell me if I'm wrong. Let's go to the other side. Now the right foot is on the outside of the right hip. The left sole of the foot is on the inner right thigh. Turning towards the left leg. Inhale, grow long. Feel the sit bones pressing down, the spine extending, neck stretching up. Exhale over the leg. Inhale. 5 total. Be aware of how this feels in the hips and the back. No, I lost count again. Let's say the last one's now. So that's the problem of trying to be aware at the same time of counting. It takes a lot of focus. So anyway, let's take both the legs out wide now, grasping a big spoon in front of you. Spoon is face down. It's a big cauldron, pot of stew, or a witch's brew if you prefer. With an inhale, lean back. We're going to stir the brew. Exhale, forward to the left. Inhale, we're moving clockwise. Inhale, back. Exhale, forward and to the side, around. Inhale. Like I said, we are stirring the stew. Inhales bring you back. Exhales forward. Reverse directions. Bring the legs together, coming back to neutral. Grasping the oars, we're rowing the boat. Inhale to lean back, bring the arms back and up. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. You can also imagine you have a big crank and you're doing a nice big circle with the crank. Like lowering the damsel in distress into the lava in the Temple of Doom. Actually, I don't think they had a crank. One more. Switch directions. Inhaling forward up. Exhale back down. Coming back to neutral. Okay. Let's come to standing. Why not? We're going to move into our dynamic triangle. If you've done this with me before, you'll be familiar. But I will just demonstrate. Watch. Go ahead and watch around before you actually get into it. If you want, if you know it, then you can just hop right in. So, I meant to do that at the start. So, hands to the hips is where we will begin. We'll start by bending the left knee. So with an inhale, tall spine. Exhale, turn the left foot out, bend the left knee, slide the left hand down. Inhale up. Turn the foot in, exhale, other side. Keep both sides of the body long. One more each side. Now we'll do it with the arms straight out and the knees being straight. So, inhale, exhale. Very subtle bend in the knee when you go down. This is actually quite good at removing belly and side fat. One more each side. Great. Okay, we'll do this. Coming down into a wide leg forward fold. We're just going to make this a twist. So if you have a block, feel free to put your hand, put it right under the chest, just off the mat. Shift the weight of the body forward so it's more in the fronts of the feet. And then take the arms to the sides. With an inhale, grow long. Exhale, twist to the left. Or the right, actually, because I'm mirroring. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Continue. Don't lock the knees. One more each side. And forward fold. Let's line up the tips of the fingers with the tips of the toes. Hands under shoulders with an inhale. Come up halfway, press the heels of the hands down, pull the shoulders back, spread the sit bones, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold in. Bending the elbows, taking the head to the mat if you can, but reach it more at an angle. Don't try to get the head under the body. And when you're ready, take the hands to the hips, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, inhale all the way. And hop the feet together. Come down to a seat on the heels once again. Great. Now we're going to move into one of my absolute favorite poses. Of course, I could say that about most poses. That's not true. There's some that I just don't do, but I wouldn't say that I actually dislike any of the poses. I like them all. They're great. They have their purpose. So, even boat. Man, that's one I used to always hate. So we're moving into Gomukhasana. So let's take the legs out long to start. And again, I will be mirroring you. So we're going to start with the right side. We're going to bend the left knee, take the right foot and bring it underneath the leg to the outside of the left hip. The right foot, the heel is touching the outside of the left hip. The knee is facing directly forward. Got that? Now take the left heel and bring it to the outside of the right hip. The knee stacking right over the right knee. Yeah. Left knee on top, right knee on bottom. Both knees facing forward. And this is Gomukhasana. One whose face resembles a cow. That's what the pose name means, yes. So now you can either sit in it like this, the hands on the feet. Actually, let's sit in it like this for just a little while. And just as a reminder, as always, if you cannot get fully into a pose that I'm doing, don't go all the way into it. You don't have to. You can be in the stage of moving into it. You could be here. The point of this pose is actually to feel it, the outsides of the hips. This is a hip opener. So if you are getting some kind of sensation, I want you to just focus on the sensation, breathing into that sensation. That's the important part. Because in order to get into these poses, we have to open up areas of the body. So, here we are. Wherever you are, close the eyes. Bring your mind to your hips. Keep the spine tall. Breathe smoothly. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that big smooth breath that we were going to be doing. Maybe that wasn't the intention, eh? So something I want to bring up while we're sitting in this pose, and if you're fully in it, great. If you're not, great. There's no right or wrong. But this, you can sit in this pose for quite a long. This is actually a meditation pose that you can use. Something I want to mention is the competitive, comparison-based nature of people. We seem to develop this sense of, I need to be better as we grow older. I certainly did. Maybe that's the masculine conditioning that is put upon us in society. But we I used to go to yoga classes and I would be like, well, what the fuck? Why can't I get into that pose? So the reason we do this is not to get into these poses. That's not why we do yoga. We do yoga to become more aware of our body, become more aware of what we can and can't do. And maybe this is a pose that you cannot do quite yet. Maybe it's a pose you will never be able to do. But that's not the point. The point is not to look at me and say, well, he can do yoga, he's so flexible, whatever. That's not the point. The point is to look at yourself and ask yourself, does this make me uncomfortable? Not just physically, but emotionally. Am I comparing myself to this person? Am I doing this? Am I doing that? The point is self-reflection, especially when we take other people's classes. When we're practicing on our own, the self-reflection doesn't happen as much. We don't have that much of an opportunity. We do sort of, but more of a physical kind, where when we go out into the world and we experience other people and experience socialness, we get this amazing opportunity to compare ourselves and reflect upon that, to be negative and positive and all these different things. There's kind of a beautiful thing in being egotistical, because if you're super egotistical, you have the opportunity to ask yourself, why am I so egotistical? So just notice, I think you're really lucky if you have a big ego, because you are at the beginning stage, or maybe even a little further on, because you're starting to notice it. And it's such a beautiful, awesome journey. Every single second that you get to experience a little bit more of an expansion to your awareness and your mind and your being, it's freaking awesome. So anyway, let's go to the other side. This is a fun way to get there. You just lift the hips, spin around, and sit back down. Look at that. Or you can take the legs out long, bring the left heel to the right hip, which will be underneath, the right heel to the left hip on top, and then return the hands to the feet. noticing this side relative to the other side. And when you feel balanced, which I'm starting to get there myself, you can unwind. Yeah. That feels balanced. Take the legs out in front. Shake them. Just kind of noticing the sensations that were happening in the hip. Allowing them to be. Okay. Let's lay onto our back. Yeah, let's take Shavasana. It's a short class, okay? out of Shavasana whenever you feel ready. Take your time. No rush. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this class, I know it was a little short. I was kind of done, I guess. It's just the problem with sitting in a meditation pose during the class is I'm just like, okay, now everybody, my energy's all gone, so we're just gonna be done. I don't know if you could hear what I was whispering, but that was like, meditation-y. So, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe. This is something I'm going to start doing now on for Shavasana, is just playing a little guitar. I kind of like it. And it's a great way to practice, Maybe I'll do a YouTube or a Facebook Live or something where I'm just fucking around. That sounds fun, don't you think? Anyway, namaste.